Most people just assume NBA players play better when they are at home on their home court. But what if I told you there are actually players that play way worse at home and actually play extremely well on the road? Inside Data Streak, we created a home road split section, which tells you who the home specialists are, who the road specialists are, and who is in their strength spot tonight. Now let's hop over my screen and I'll show you how I use this before I ever bet a prop. All right, I'm inside the NBA player home road split section. We have 119 home specialists tonight and 77 road specialists tonight. So what this does, it will filter down by home or road. So if we wanted to find players that are good at home, we'll click on it, and these players are playing at home today. So they're not going to show up on here if they have a road game. It's specific to the position that they're in for this slate. So we can see here, we can pick over or under. Another thing I like to do is you can also change by stat, but I like to change the odds. I like to do minus 400. That way I can look at alternative lines if I want to, or I can also have main lines on here. So as we see here, Dean Wade, the reason he's showing up here is because he has hit over 2.5 rebounds in 16 of his last 20 home games. And also, we don't just want to know how these players play at home. We want to know also how they played versus the team that they're playing at home. Now, road, I think this matters a little bit more because they're playing in a different environment. Certain players play better at different stadiums or cities for whatever reason. It could possibly be from that city when they play on the road, so they play pretty well there because they want to ball out because they got family, friends, and other people there watching their games. Dean Wade at home, so we see he's 4 for 4 at home versus Toronto, so it's always going to show how they are, confirming that not only he is good, 16 of 20 at home on that hit rate, but also at home versus that team, because certain players as well versus certain teams will not play as well. So Mitchell Robinson, only 3 points. He's not a big scorer, but he's hit this in 2 of 2 home games, and he's hit it in 15 of his last 20. Now, if we want to filter this down even further on our odds, let me click here. We can do tight odds, and we're going to have less players that show up because these are high hit rates. You're not going to have a ton of main lines on these because these are high hit rates. So Max Strus has had 2 assists in 17 of his last 20 games and 4 for 4 head-to-head versus Toronto. So this is a really good spot. If a player's popping up here on a main line, you're looking pretty because it means it's a really good spot and you can get really good value. But it's really good for getting those alternative lines and pairing a few of these together. Again, we can go to we'll take some of these filters off. We'll go all odds and we'll do all games. And we're going to click road specialists. So these are the players that are playing on the road today, play well on the road today, and have played well on the road versus the team they're playing. So we look here. I'm going to filter down again to our filter, how I like to do minus 400 odds. We're going to filter down. So Jabari Smith has had over 9.5 points in 16 of his last 20 road games, and he has also hit it in 5 of 5 on the road versus the Lakers. Also, Kevin Durant, he's had 4+ rebounds in 18 of his last 20 away games and 7 for 7 away at the Lakers. So Kevin Durant performs well and hits these floors really on his lines. I look at the alt lines as floors and ceilings for players. The more you look at this, the more you'll kind of know players' floors and ceilings. We can also do this for over and under. We can do unders. Naz Reid, for example, has gone under 7.5, so 8 rebounds in 11 of 11 away games versus Denver, and also 15 of his last 20 away games. So really good to target down these players in these specific spots to see who is in a position where they've come through time and time again, whether it be at home, on the road, and also not just home and road, but also versus that team at home and on the road. So that's how I use home road splits to catch players who secretly are good in certain environments, whether that be home or on the road. If you want to try this out for yourself, click the link in the description, create a free Data Streak account, start with the free hit rate sheets, then check out the home road split section and all the other tools inside that I've talked about in these videos.